Alright folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash. Welcome back to the channel, it's Orna again, and today we've got a new player's early game warrior-based domination guide. How to start strong in Orna, a little bit of tips and tricks, what to look out for, how to get orns early on, etc, etc. Let's get started right away. William Wallace of Orna Legends, we're making a new character with the warrior class, and that username is already taken. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. That's a bit of a shame. Let's try Robert the Bruce. So that must have been me who made that character before. Alright, we're in with Robert the Bruce. So, Orna has been made a little bit easier to start off with, and the purpose of this character is going to be purely from a new player perspective. I'm not using my main character to, build shops so I can buy easy items. Nah, none of that. No items I'm going to use. We're just going to purely play on this character. I'm going to show you some really good steps, how to get orns, how to get gold, how to get items, etc, etc. Hopefully that will make the start off a little bit easier for you guys. But you can see immediately we get some nice wood with our login, daily reward login for February. As tier 1, different tiers get different logins, and immediately what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look around, see what shops I've got available. These are wild shops. I've got a wild shop here. There's Goblin Armor, Halberd. Oh, if we can get to tier 3 and buy that Halberd, that'd be really nice, but it does restock in 24 hours. Simple Robe we can't use. But we've got a supply of potions immediately. And we've got 2 bestiaries, which we're not going to use until tier 4. Also check for NPCs. There's a couple of NPCs early on which can help in quests. We'll come on more about NPCs and quests later on. But immediately the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our origin town. Now you want to set your origin town to the place you're going to play the most. So during lockdown, currently it's still COVID-19 here affecting us, so I'm going to be playing mostly at home. So I'm going to make this my origin town, and there's an amazing new feature which Odie has added over the past few months, that when you make your origin town for the first time, you also get an automatic shop created for you. Now, did that actually work? I'm not sure that actually worked. Make origin town. Something going wrong there. Maybe we need to actually kill a mob or something to make an origin town first. And the next thing we're immediately going to do... here we go. We've made our origin town. It was just lagging a little bit. So while you're in your origin town, you get 10% to bonus stats. And we should also have a shop immediately made for us, I thought, as well. There we go. Boom. We have shops. And I think some of those shops are actually from my other characters. Robert the Bruce of Orna Legends shop, Robert the Bruce of Orna Legends shop, Robert the Bruce of Orna Legends shop. Alright, that's not an exploit. I didn't mean to make 3 shops, but we clicked Origin Town 3 times and we got 3 shops built for us, which is very kind of the developer to make 3 shops for us. There's still not actually anything in there that we're going to buy for the moment, but basically we wanted a shop for our supply of small mana potions and torches as well. You can see we start the game off with a torch equipped. Torches increase our view distance by 20%, and they also increase mob spawns as well. So let's get started, kill a couple of mobs. The main thing that I want to do as well is immediately accept the main story quest line. And we got quests down here. Too many shops now. But you see chapter 1, defeat 10 blue slimes. Make sure you accept that quest. We also get Cannon Waystone, that's going to be useful later on. So our immediate goal is to kill 10 blue slimes, and you can see there's also a daily quest to kill blue slimes, so let's try and do that. Quests are really important early on as a source of orns. Nice little level up there. And orns are the premium currency in Orna. You use orns to unlock your classes, specializations, also to buy pets, things like that. Now remember, any classes we do unlock are available freely to switch between. So really our first goal here is to try and knock off a couple of these early quests, but also to try and get a better weapon. And our main target as the warrior is to kill fallen warrior mobs, because they drop an amazing sword, which we're going to hopefully use to power through the early game. Legendary crow feathers, nice. So mobs, obviously they respawn indefinitely, so we can just keep killing mobs. We're going to go out a bit later on and utilize some of the GPS features in the game. we want to find you know, a couple of bosses, hopefully a blacksmith, to work towards other achievements. And another recent feature that was added is the codex, which is effectively like a Pokédex, and there's also an achievement based around that where we can get some more orns for completing codex entries. And a lot of these early mobs, they're actually very easy to complete the codex entry and then to get that achievement. So, you know, once you're in a fight, you can actually check the codex, and to complete a codex entry you need to see the mob use all of its abilities, also if it has any elemental affinities or immunities, and also get any drops. So we got a lot of goblins spawned here actually. Let's see if we can take some of these goblins down, maybe get a better weapon straight off the bat. Now with the warrior class, the attack button is going to be our main source of damage. It does absolutely fine early on, especially once we get a slightly better weapon. Okay, goblins, they only drop daggers, which we can't use. Unfortunately, we might be able to use better armor. No, okay. And there's a fallen mage. So if this was a mage guide, that would be perfect if we kill that little fallen mage dude. Now, as I said before, we want to concentrate on quests early on as well as achievements. And those are really going to be important sources of orns. You can see immediately, just by pure GPS drift, we've got our first major achievement complete. That's the Traveler for walking, I think, about 50 meters. And we get 500 orns for that. That's an absolute beast. Let's check our daily quest down here as well. This is the tier 1 daily quest. We've got defeat Gull, which is a water mob. That might be quite difficult to complete. Defeat 1 arena opponent and defeat 6 blue slimes. So this blue slimes we're already working towards for our main storyline quest. We also get a bonus. We're like double dipping on the quest rewards there as it's part of the daily quest line, so that's perfect. And I'll just fast forward and kill a few more mobs. It doesn't matter if you die, you can just use potions, and you can long tap the potion menu here to automatically use potions to heal us up. Crits are really nice early on. Here we go. Here's what we're looking for, Fallen Warrior. Now we got to pray for the Fallen Warrior sword to drop. But we're hoping that we're going to get it. And, you know, while we're here, we might complete the codex entry as well. If mobs have a follower, you do need to see them with the follower to complete that codex entry. But this is really our first target as a warrior class. Get this Fallen Warrior sword. That's going to power us through the first tier 1, tier 2, even going into tier 3 if we get a good quality one. So now we pray for the Fallen Warrior sword drop here. And we didn't get it. We got arena tokens, which are nice, iron armor and helmet. So let's equip those some new armor. We go into our equipment tab, put this iron helmet on, get the iron armor on, and you know, a lot of these little stats in the beginning really help us last a decent amount of time in fights. I'll quickly show you where your achievements are. If you go in your main menu again, go up here into achievements. So what we're working towards achievements which require very little effort early on, but give good rewards. So Monster Slayer, the first couple are fairly easy to do, but you see the Orn rewards, 50 Orns is not too major. Frequent Visitor, we're going to do naturally as well. 500 Orns is nice. Master Researcher, this is the Codex entry one. You can see 100 Orns for the first one, and then we need to get 20 research for another 1,000 Orns, I think, which is not too bad. Master Blacksmith, upgrade 5 items. When we go out, we're going to put 5 items in the blacksmith, and that's going to actually complete a couple of story quests as well as complete this first achievement entry, which is good. Explorer and Master Duke will be quite difficult if there are people already playing nearby. And then you can see Quest Seeker is the big one. Complete 2 quests and get 500 Orns. So Quest Seeker is huge. Also going to Traveler 2 is going to be huge as well. You know, walk 1,000 meters. That's going to be fairly easy once we go outside. Polymath, the Student, those are going to be the other 2 big ones which we use to gain massive amounts of Orns and try and unlock our first couple of classes on the warrior line. So now that we've equipped that iron gear, we're now not taking too much damage, especially from this green slime. Alright, so we got Fallen Warrior again. Let's hope we can get the sword this time round. And if we get the sword, then we'll go outside and continue playing that way. Try and make the most of the GPS features in Orna. Main benefits are, you know, if you're walking around, you're not limited to killing mobs to respawn. You have a wider range of mobs spawning automatically just by going back. There's always a minimum amount of mobs spawning on your screen. Just remember to use torches all the time. They're really cheap and they do increase the mob count. And boom, here we go, Fallen Warrior's sword. We're in business. This is what we wanted. We also get some nice chilling hard leather boots. I'm not sure if we can even wear them, but we go in, equip our new sword. Look at this, plus 45 attack. This is going to be huge. Check if we can wear those boots, and we can wear these famed chilling hard leather boots. So famed is an increased quality. If you see gear drop with white name, that's a standard common quality, and that has a base of 100%. Things can drop in quality from 70%, so worse gear, poor and broken gear, and it can go all the way up to 200% better, which is ornate. So famed is kind of in the lower end of above, but you know, still improvement on our gear. So we did our first step. We got a Fallen Warrior sword. Now we're ready to you know, take on the world, dominate, really dominate early on. The next thing I'm going to do is actually link a character to my email because I don't want to lose this character, and like I did before. So I'm going to link this to the email, then we're going to head outside and carry on and work towards the blacksmith, try and kill those 10 blue slimes as well for the main storyline quest. Right, we're out and about now, and just before we get started, just want to show you, we actually had snow in Glasgow last night, and this guy smashed his Benz up, Mercedes-Benz smashed up just near my house. So watch where you're driving. You got to stay safe when you're out there, regardless of the weather conditions, especially if you're playing Orna and just walking around. So we're going to utilize some GPS features of the game now, while we're still just going to kill mobs as we go. And it's actually not that cold actually. There's about 6 inches of snow, something like that, which is pretty mad for Glasgow. And okay, so I've now linked my account to an email, so I'm never going to lose this character again. Let's always use a torch when we're out killing mobs, because we do have more mobs spawning on our screen. Now, any of these other kind of fallen mobs that you see, you want to take them down, because they also drop arena tokens, and arena tokens, it's going to be really useful for leveling up later on. We'll show you at what point I like to kind of utilize using the arena. Really good rewards for both orns and experience in there. It's kind of like a PvP action, and yeah, so we're just going to kill a few mobs. We're going to make our way actually to an NPC, which is Carl, which is a tier 1 NPC, and we're going to get a couple of story quests from him. So that's going to boost our achievement to complete the quest seeker, and we're also going to get, you know, just some basic rewards for completing that quest. And you can see the power here. Alright, so once you reach level 10, you can join a faction. I'm just going to join the top one, which just so happens to be Earthen Legion. Basically, if you don't know about factions, you get a 25% damage bonus when doing elemental damage of your relative faction. You can also only join kingdoms in your faction as well. Kingdoms are like the clan feature. So if you want to play with your mates, make sure you all choose the same faction, or you can spend $1 to change faction later on as well. Well, at any time really. If you defer choosing a faction initially, you can go back into your character menu. I think it's under character options, and then you can then choose a faction from there. Now you can really see the power of the Fallen Warrior sword. We can now pretty much one-shot a ton of mobs. And what we want to do, we've now got a blacksmith in view. This is really one of the most important buildings in the game. We use that to level up items, make them more powerful. And actually, the biggest gain we get is leveling an item from 1 to 2. The first level up we get now. As I mentioned, we were going to use the blacksmith to work towards the Master Blacksmith achievement, where we get a lot of orns, and also there's 2 quests. There's 2 story quests which we get. where we need to level items up. Now those quests complete as soon as we get our items out of the blacksmith, so we can kind of like pre-charge that up by going into the blacksmith and upgrading gear. Now on the left side you've got categories. Obviously if you upgrade item which you are currently wearing, you will no longer be wearing that item, so that's not a very good idea. And because we got wood as a daily reward, we can upgrade a bow for quite cheap. You can of course dismantle items. We'll show you how to do that. So I've got 3 bows here which I'm just going to upgrade. So we're going to upgrade 5 items straight away. These can just be any items, whatever you have the materials for, and I might have to dismantle some materials in a second. Try and save any items which cost iron. So I need to put 1 more item in, and I'm going to dismantle some of these armors. Simple robe, crow's feathers. Might sell that legendary crow's feathers. So we got 4 leather, 3 hide, so we can now upgrade our 5th item. These items can be anything, you know, it's really cheap to upgrade. So get these 5 items upgrading. The first level is going to take 1 hour. So we come back in at least 1 hour, pick them up. But make sure we have we're going to have to make sure we have the quest ready to go as well. So now we've got a boss that's just appeared as well. And this is a tier 2 boss. You can see 2 stars there. You reach tier 2 at level 25. Tiers are split into every 25 levels. And let's see how much damage we can do to this guy. So it's going to be fairly difficult, I think, but you know, crits help a lot. Being stunned doesn't help too much. And to be honest, if we actually use a small health potion here, we should be able to take this guy down in 1 hit. Now if they kill you, you can attack them again after 5 minutes. There's a small kind of cooldown period, and there's also no detriment to dying in this game. You don't lose any items. It's not hardcore mode or Iron Man mode, whatever. So we can just keep attacking. And really this is let's use another potion to be safe here. And we take him down, boom. So look at this, 26,000 experience, 221 orns, also an arena token. So that's super nice, and we get to level 24, wow. So we jumped up, I don't know how many levels there, but a lot of levels. Now it's purely down to the Fallen Warrior sword, and keep killing them because you might get a better quality one. But you also get arena tokens, which we're going to use maybe in tier 2 or in tier 3 to use. So there we go, another Fallen Warrior sword arena token. Here's a good idea, we're actually going to level up our Fallen Warrior sword in the blacksmith. Oh no, we're not, we don't have enough steel. Okay, so oh, got another Draconian Lord. This is brilliant, we got quite a few bosses spawned. So if you just walk around for a bit, or even better if you're traveling about, there'll be bosses spawned around. 1 second here. People cutting around with sledges and stuff. Okay, so this is the NPC we came to visit, Carl, and he's got 2 story quests which are always there. Defeat 10 bandits, get Carl's ring, and Iron Carl, acquire 5 iron and get his dagger. So we might have enough, we don't have enough iron to do that yet. And this is also his random quest down here, defeat 3 arena opponents, so we'll hopefully be able to complete that as well. And this is 3 quests to do. Now bandits spawn at level 10, so that's why I was kind of waiting to level 10 to come and accept this quest. So really, utilizing the GPS features of the game, we're now tier 2, which is useful and not so useful because we are limited to our blue slime spawning, which we still want to complete because it is a tier 1 quest. And we're now spawning more than, I'm going to leave this goblin alone because that's also part of the story quest line. So we kind of actually want more blue slimes to spawn. Now, of course you can overlevel, and there you go, some more urns. Master Researcher, that's from the Codex entry. it's just easier to try and keep the storyline quests going equivalent to your current tier, purely because you will spawn more mobs relative to your tier, and it just kind of increases the spawn pool, which by default means that there's going to be less of the required story quest mobs spawning. And we've got actually a gull here, daily quest number 1. Gull is a water mob. So in the in-game map, the water needs to look like that dark blue for it to actually spawn water mobs. If you've got water nearby and it doesn't look like that, it's based on OpenStreetMap, so there might be some kind of delays in updating the map or whatnot. So as a warrior, if you didn't manage to get a fallen warrior sword yet, and you've got to tier 2, you can take down goblin warriors. They drop a slightly better weapon. You can also look in shops for things like a hammer. Mimics drop them as well. Basically any weapon that is better than our starting rusty sword, which only has 5 attack, we want to try and get. So let's check this shop if there's anything we can use. Oh, steel, 3 steel, let's get some of that. Boom. Now we can upgrade our other fallen warrior sword to level 2. Well worth doing. We'll use the one that isn't equipped, so boom, 3 steel. Really lucky. Again, check all the shops, buy the cheap material early on, because they are useful. We've got another demon knight over there. Probably not going to be able to take that down. So what I'm going to do is... There's a nice wee doggy. Hello. Right, we're actually flying up here, and I really don't want to take bandits down. I think what I'll do is I'm actually going to chill around here for a little bit. I might just keep walking, actually see what else we can find. See if we can find some more blue slimes. So we're taking down, we want to try concentrate on blue slimes and bandits, complete Carl's quest. And also keep an eye out on those daily quests as well, because we really get a good bunch of orns early on from completing quests and completing that achievement as well. I'm going to save these goblins for the next story quest. Goblins and goblin mages. Got some more NPCs there. You can only accept NPC quests once you reach their tier. Here we go, nice. 2 blue slimes. Take these down. Also got a daily quest for slimes as well, remember, so we're going to double dip on those on that quest. Oh, another boss, another arachnid boss. So we got quite a few low tier bosses there, which is really nice. We actually got a couple of bosses right here as well. There we go, it's one boss, and there's our partner in crime. Beautiful. Glasgow Swans, there you go. And boom, we got the Traveller 2 done. So we got 5,000 orns there, and we can't even afford our tier 2 class yet. We need 10,000 orns to do that. We're still quite a bit off. That's why I've been trying to concentrate on doing these couple of early quests. If I show you the achievement, where is it? Quest Seeker. Okay, the first 2 is 2 quests, but the one after that will give us a good boost of orns and try and unlock our tier 2 class. Now you really want to prioritize trying to get your next class as soon as you can, and that goes throughout the entire game, not just tier 1, tier 2 in the early game.
because really that's going to give increase your base stats quite significantly and help you take down the new tier mobs. Okay, so to get some materials we can dismantle certain items. So we've picked up a lot of daggers, which we're not going to use as a warrior. If you started with a thief class and started during daytime, you know, using those daggers is probably a good thing. The fallen thief does drop a fallen thief's dagger, but he only spawns at night time. So if you can also complete Carl's quest, you get Carl's dagger, which is super nice to use actually at tier 1, a lot of crit chance. So I'm going to save these bosses for later, don't I? You can try and take them down. I mean, I always recommend trying to take bosses down as soon as you can. I'm just trying to complete the blue slime quest. We still need 5. So I'll maybe pause and come back once we've taken 5 down. Alright, so I went for like a 10-15 minute walk in one direction without seeing any blue slimes at all. So what I've done, I've made another character here. So it's level 1 tier 1 character, and it's actually going to spawn more tier 1 mobs. So it's a little bit like cheating, but I've used a different device to do that. And you see we've got another blue slime spawn straight away. So if you do outlevel your main storyline quest, you can make a new character, and that will help spawn more mobs of that tier. And we've just finished our daily quest for killing blue slime, so we got to kill 4 more for the main storyline quest, but we did finish 6 for the daily quest, and that means we're now about to get an achievement for the quest seeker, I believe. So we've got 500 orns coming in shortly. Let's finish off. So we're going to try and kill tier 1 mobs to help our different characters spawn more tier 1 mobs and finish it that way. Because there are 5 tier 1 story quests to complete. Goblins are involved as well. And you can just switch to your other character, and that will help spawn more mobs. We actually got a mimic spawn, which is super nice. Bandits we need to kill as well for Carl's quest. And boom, that's quest seeker 1. We get 500 orns of that. And we're still 2,000 orns short of our tier 2 class. But we can see the next quest seeker achievement, we only need 5 to complete 5 quests, and that's 5,000 orns. So that's absolutely huge. Just by doing a couple of the main, if you do the 5 tier 1 main storyline quests, boom, that's you done. So let's kill this mimic. It's actually a really nice spawn. Mimics have a really random drop pool, and yeah, the first one is really easy to take down. Let's see what we get. Leather boots, mithril amulet, a torch. Alright, this amulet is huge. This is an amazing drop. It's actually a tier 3 item. You see tier 3 item, and it's 30 attack. So this is almost as good as our weapon. 6 times better than your starting weapon. And let's equip a red gem as well, may as well get some. So amulets, if you watch my warrior progression guide, you'll know that I really recommend trying to get amulets early on. Normally we get them from shops, but they do drop from mimics. And mimics, yeah, the tier 1 mimic can obviously drop up to tier 3 items, which is absolutely huge. That is that's really bumped up our attack to pretty crazy levels. There's another blue slime spawning, so I'm just swapping into the other tier 1 character to help spawn those tier 1 mobs. And this is, you know, purely for just purely for showcasing how you can, and it's purely to showcase help you guys out in spawning those lower tier mobs if you've out leveled the main storyline quests. So I'm going to do this until I kill 10 blue slime mobs, and then we'll catch up again. Alright, so we finally managed to spawn the last few blue slimes that we need to complete our story quest. So let's do that on our on our main character now. We've also got a final gull that we spawned in the meantime as well. So now we need to go complete, finally, chapter 1, finally complete. We're going to use a cannon waystone later on, which is going to be really good to find Bandit Lord or Goblin Lord. And now we see we have the blacksmith quests come up. So there's a tier 1 and a tier 2 one. So save those items in the blacksmith until you reach level 25 if you can. And the next main quest is kill 5 goblins. So already started. So we already have 4 set up here. So we'll just power through these. We then need to kill 5 mages as well, goblins. So yeah, just bear in mind that with great power comes great responsibility. That Fallen Warrior's sword really allowed us to kill that tier 2 boss, and that took us into tier 2, which is, it's not a bad thing at all. It's just for the purposes of this tutorial, I was planning on staying tier 1 and try and complete the tier 1 story quests, at least kill the mobs before we reach tier 2. So that's why, again, that's the other reason why I'm leaving those bosses up. We're going to kill them once we finish the tier 1 quest. So a couple more goblins, one more goblin to kill, I believe. Look, we can just try and spawn one quickly here. Didn't manage it. So again, all mobs you see on the map are visible by all players in the game. Yeah, keep killing the fallen mobs as well for arena tokens. That's going to be a big part of our development later on. Boom, one more arena token. Bandits, yeah, we need to kill for Carl as well. So other tier 1 NPC is Hermes, I believe. And I think to complete his quest, you do actually need to kill a couple of bosses. You need lucky coins to hand in to him. So yeah, Carl and Hermes, your tier 1 NPCs. Again, just those extra quests you need to build towards Quest Seeker achievement. They really add up early on, so really try and do that. Tier 2 NPCs, which you might have, are Aldon. His quest is actually a little bit more difficult because you need to give him silver, which is quite hard to come by early on. Alright, we managed to kill our 10 bandits for Carl now. Let's complete this quest. We get his ring, which as a warrior or a thief you can actually use. It's pretty decent. We get 10 HP, 10 mana, but 5 attack, which is, again, really nice. It goes to show how, if this is nice, 5 attack, then this Mithril armor with 30 attack is really, really lucky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually leave here now because Carl was the main reason we were around here. And we're going to try and move ahead, complete these 5 goblin kills. That's right there, actually. Alright, our 5th one just spawned here, so here we go. We can complete chapter 2 goblins and then also kick on, and boom, there's Quest Seeker 2. We just got 5,000 orns. Now you see we've got 10,000 orns at least, and we can then unlock our second, unlock our class for the first time, but our tier 2 class, and we're going to go Paladin. And I'll explain why we want to go Paladin rather than the Knight. So the Knight learns 2 skills, and the Paladin learns 8 skills. And if you remember back to the beginning, where we talked about the student achievement for learning skills, and that's what we want. Go down here, student 1, boom, we've learned 5 skills. We've actually learned more than that. But this is another massive source of income early on, in the first 2 or 3 tiers. So that's why we pick Paladin. We don't even pick up the Knight. We will be going back and also unlocking the other tier 1 and tier 2 classes that are not the Knight. And we've got Polymath for unlocking our second class, Student 1 for learning skills. And let's also complete our chapter 2 Goblins main quest. We now need to kill 5 Goblin Mages, and then we get a Whetstone, which is really nice. That automatically upgrades a weapon, an equipped weapon, to level 2, from level 1 to level 2. we're going to continue our Goblin Mage quest, magic quest. See if we can finish off killing these 5 goblins. And also, we may as well try and take down... Well, actually, yeah, you don't necessarily need to equip any skills at this point. I like to use the attack button. If we check our class abilities, you see we got critical hits, which increases our basic attack rate. Hello. 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 Happy dog. Critical hits, it affects, increases our basic attack button critical strike rate. So, okay, so now we're kind of progressing through the main story quest. I'm now gonna, we should be able to take down this Draconian Lord pretty easily. Yeah, there's a crit, super nice. And hopefully this won't take us into tier 3, which would kind of defeat the whole purpose of this video. But yeah, if you can take bosses down, I really recommend doing it. It's a really great way to get orns, get experience early on, get items, arena tokens, materials, everything. They're all really juicy. And there is also the achievement for killing bosses as well. So we still have our torch lasting for 6 more minutes. So we've got another tier 2 boss here, another Arachne, which we can take down. And then we'll try and take down that Demon Knight. If we manage to do so, we're going to get a really nice weapon, which is a tier 3 boss weapon. And boss items, they actually scale a little bit better. There we go, there's Boss Slayer 1 for taking down 2 bosses. So let's see if we can take this big bad boy down. Oh, 69. You can see this is already this is already loading up to be a long fight. I actually should have equipped Warcry. Haven't equipped any skills yet. That is kind of a mistake. Warcry gives us a buff of a single attack up, which increases our attack damage by 25%. And basically there's 2 kind of active damage types in this game. There's attack damage and magic damage. And then after that you have different types of elemental damage as well. But essentially it all kind of boils down to 2 types of damage stats. Oh, I should have healed there. We got lucky. Let's heal up. I've got an X health potion. That's going to be... You know what, fuck it, let's use this X health potion and get back up to maximum health. 5000 HP to heal. This is going to be huge if we can take this guy down. He's using ward, which is a bit of a difficult boss. But yeah, as I was explaining, attack, doing damage, the damage equation essentially matches up your attack stat to your opponent's defensive stat, defense stat to be exact. And then for magic based damage, it matches your magic stat against your opponent's resistance stat. I've got a segment on my Ultimate Beginner Guide video which goes into more detail on the damage equation, so check that out if you want to understand it a bit more. But back to this fight. Yeah, really Warcry would have saved us roughly 25% of our turns. But it looks like we're going to be able to take him down if we keep our health up. I know this guy can heal as well. Oh, that's a nasty hit. Yeah, big elemental damage. And the purple bar, the ward, it's a bit like a shield with more health. And you can increase ward absorption through using different skills. You do have limited supply of ward turns though. But there are skills which increase your ward turns, like the ones that he uses is Fortify, that increases his ward turns. And he also has Mend Wall, which mends his ward as well, kind of like a pseudo heal. So you can see we really have to chunk through his ward before we can get to actually damaging his health. And when he heals 250 HP, it's a bit difficult as well. So Again, remember bosses, you can come back after 5 minutes and try and take them down again. I'm just gonna chill in this bus stop, see if we can take this guy down. Really, if we can get this guy's weapon, it's gonna really give us another power boost. But again, Fallen Warrior's Sword, that's gonna, if we didn't have that, and again, if we didn't even have the amulet, oh, that's a nice crit. But mainly the Fallen Warrior's Sword, that's our number one goal early on. That really gives us a strong power boost. Oh, these heals are killing us. But you can see we've got his ward down to 0 now, so we can actually directly damage his health. And of course we need to take his HP to 0 in order to take him down. Another crit around about now would be really nice. Oh, those heals. Yeah, I definitely made a mistake in not using Warcry. So he's stunned, which means we can't miss. There are various ways of applying stun to an enemy. There's actually doing any kind of damage. There's actually, I think, a 5% chance of applying stun, which is kind of status affliction. You get things like paralysis and frozen, which you can apply using the relative elemental damage. I think we're dead now. No, we need to heal now. He keeps using Great Heal now. Enemies have infinite mana, by the way, which we'll talk more about in PvP videos and other guides. But as a turn-based game, you know, we have the advantage as the attacker with being able to go first. But our enemies, the defensive enemy, has infinite mana, which means he's never gonna be able to stop using his skills. Whereas, you know, we have 66 mana and we have to use mana potions to keep using skills. Not that we've equipped any skills for this fight. Please stop healing. Fuck, we got taken down. Epic fight, but we didn't manage to kill him. Right, okay, we'll maybe go back and try later on, but I think he's out of range now, yeah. Actually, we can use a torch, and he might pop back into range. Okay, so if you've got items in the blacksmith, you can actually retrieve them from any other blacksmith in the world. And I believe our items are 1 minute away from finishing up. Alright, before my battery runs out, we've got 2 mages, goblin mages that spawned. Well, here's one of them. But we're actually going to go back and what we're going to do is going to equip Warcry, which is a buff skill we learned as a warrior. And also going to put on my Earth Strike as well, which is my faction skill. 25% more damage. Make sure we're full health. And now we're going to see if we can't actually take down this Demon Knight now. So we use Warcry, and now we've got a single arrow dictating it's like a 1-up skill. And let me just go on the road here in the way. And now we were doing about 60 odd damage, 67 odd damage in our first try, but now we're doing over 90 damage, so this should be a much easier fight. And you can see the boss started off with the health that we left him when he defeated us, so use that to your advantage to slowly chip down bosses, and you know, you can get better gear that way. You don't need to take them down in one hit. You can come back after 5 minutes if they take you down. So hopefully my battery lasts and we can actually kill this guy. And bosses, when you take them down in the world, if they're naturally spawning, which most of them are going to be, sorry about that. Yeah, so, oh, this is dangerous. We need to heal. Bosses have an 80% chance of respawning in the same spot after 3 hours. And there's a 20% chance that they despawn, and another boss is actually spawned somewhere in the vicinity. We don't have any small health potions either. This is ridiculous. He's 2 hits away though. Please, yes. Boom! Just in time. Our battery's about to run out, but you see we got 70,000 experience, 300 orns. Gauntlet key as well, which we'll use later on. Arena token, lucky coin, and a demonic blade, which is absolutely huge. Here's our final goblin mage as well. Let's see if we can take that down. Don't need Warcry to kill a goblin mage. Okay, boom, that's done. Complete that quest. We've now got to kill a bandit lord, and there's no bandit lords nearby. So what I'm going to do for that story quest is actually use a cannon waystone, which we received from completing both of the first 2 story quests. I'm going to use that to try and find a bandit lord. Let's try and take this draconian lord down. Just while we still have battery. And then anyway, yeah, we might end this section of the video series here, and rejoin you in the next part, where we're gonna complete the bandit lord quest. And we're almost tier 3 now as well, by the way. We're level 44, so we're smashing the levels. And yeah, we may as well get our items out of the blacksmith as well. Again, as I said, you can go back to any blacksmith in the game that you find. They're completed, and we now have. We got Master Blacksmith 1, so that's 500 orns from the achievement, and we get to complete 2 more quests. Blacksmith 1, Blacksmith 2, and we get 2 fine whetstones, and we'll talk more about that in the next section. So yeah, my battery's about to die, so I'll pause it here and join you later on, probably back inside after a nice cup of tea.
Alright, so we're checking back in. It's actually the following day. I didn't manage to get on yesterday afternoon, but we've just got the next frequent visitor achievement reward, so that's 500 orns. That's nice and really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip our new boss weapon, and we're just going to check this out. So Fallen Warrior Sword, this is the demonic blade from the Demon Knight that we managed to take down in 2 turns, and you can see we get plus 28 to attack, and it also has the dark element. So we are actually going to be doing dark elements with most of our hits, including our attack button. So weapons with elements associated to them can apply relevant effects. The effect of dark is sleep, so we might be able to put other enemies to sleep. If you get elements on your armor, such as my boots, which has chilling, which is ice element, you actually get a 50% reduction in elemental damage off that element. So getting resistances on armor pieces is really, really nice. So even with the basic common quality boss weapon at tier 3, we're gonna use that. It's gonna be, it's gonna fast track our progression really nice. And we're gonna go into our items, and we're gonna use our whetstone. I was gonna use this on our Fallen Warrior Sword. We're also gonna use fine whetstone, taking it up to level 3 as well. But if you get lucky and you get a higher weapon than the Fallen Warrior Sword, go for it. just go for it. And we're going to be able to buy whetstones fairly soon once we get a few more shops and they start coming in. And now if we check, we've got 108 attack. We've also got 2 adornment slots, but we're not going to worry about adornment slots for a while. But 108 attack at tier 2 is absolutely amazing for our weapon. And what we're going to concentrate on today then is trying to complete the tier 1 main storyline quests. And to do that, we're going to use a cannon waystone, which we got 2 from completing the first 2 story quests, because we now need to kill a bandit lord, and we also need to find a goblin lord out in the world. Checking the daily quest for today, we've got a nice little walking quest here, which we're almost halfway to completing just by GPS drift. And we've also got a couple of these ones are a great sprout spawns in woodland, and lizard warrior spawns in water. So those are kind of biome dependent, might be fairly difficult to complete. But we also have one to complete a fallen warrior, and that's worth over 500 orns. So we should be able to complete that. And yeah, what we're going to do, we're just going to go into our items again, and we're going to use a cannon waystone up here. So yeah, we have 2 of them, and you can see you can use it to set a compass marker to story quest monster locations, and there is nothing of interest near you. Oh, that's not very good. That is not good at all. So that means that there's no bandit lords nearby, which is very, very unfortunate. Kind of ruined my plan for today, but you see it doesn't actually use the cannon waystone if there's nothing there to use it for. So in that case, what we're going to do is, I know there's a couple of bosses nearby, we can go and kill them, and hopefully one of them will spawn into a bandit lord. If not, we'll just concentrate on completing daily quests, trying to get orns from bosses, and then also we're going to enter into the arena. I normally enter the arena at the back end of tier 2, so actually around level 44, but you know, because we've got a good weapon, we can actually wait until tier 3 and save our arena tokens for that. We've got 20 tokens at the moment. Remember to keep killing those fallen mobs to get those arena tokens. I'm going to start investing my orns into the other tier 1 and tier 2 classes in order to push towards the polymath and the student achievements. So if we check where we're at the moment, down here we've got the polymath 2, 3 more classes and we'll get another 5,000 orns. The big one though, the student 2, we just need to learn 1 more skill. We're going to get 10,000 orns, and then the following tier after that will give us 10,000 orns, and there's an easy one after that which is 25,000 orns as well. So immediately you can do this, you know, at any point during tier 2, 3 or 4, whatever. If you haven't done this yet, you'll definitely want to do this if you haven't unlocked your tier 5 class yet, for sure. You know, we're going to unlock the mage, we're going to unlock the thief, and we learn all of these skills. And okay, so we just spent 5,000 orns, and we just need to wait for our achievements to catch up with us. But you can see we've actually completed the student 2 there. So there we go, student 2, 5,000 orns earned. And we'll see how far we are. Okay, we're actually 1 skill down on the student 3, so we do need another 3 or 2,500 orns to unlock our next tier 2 class. I'm going to try and do that as soon as possible here by completing a quest. I'm just 1 quest away from getting another, I think, 5,000 orns. So let's just as well look at the power of the demon blade. Is this equipped? It seems to be doing less damage. Alright. Oh yeah, of course, because I'm on thief, right? Make sure you actually switch character back to our main paladin class. Because I was wondering why we're only doing 79 damage there. And now we can actually try and see the real power of this weapon. We're doing 99 resisted damage, so if we're doing unresisted damage, that's going to be around 200, and boom, a crit, almost 400 damage. That is absolutely bonkers at this level. You can also take down living armors with double damage with those blue numbers, because they are weak to almost every element. I think actually they are weak to every element, those living armors. So we're going to be killing a few of them to get some better armor. And let's see if we can't just spawn a little fallen warrior to complete the daily quest. If not, we're going to head out, kill a few bosses, work towards those other achievements, and hopefully if we get lucky we'll spawn a bandit lord as well, take that down while we're out there. Okay, so we just completed the daily walking quest thanks to GPS drift, and that netted us a few orns, but that's going to take us across the quest seeker achievement. And if we just find that, here it is. Yeah, so you can see, sorry, we're at 10 out of 10 here, so we're going to get 10,000 orns in a minute. And I don't know how many orns that last quest was. I think it was around 4,000 orns there, which is honestly huge. So we can actually unlock our next tier 2 class. And as we've said before, we're not going to unlock the knight, but we are going to unlock archmage and rogue. So archmage, here we go, 10,000 orns. And we've learned these 4 skills here. Once we get to level 50, we're going to learn a few more skills as well. So another 4 skills we're going to learn from this class once we reach level 50. There's Quest Seeker 3, that's popped off. So that's just from completing 10 quests. Overall, 10,000 orns. And the Polymath 2, another 5,000 orns for unlocking our 5th class. And the Student 3, 10,000 orns. I believe that is for learning 25 skills. And let's check our orn count now. We're back up to 27,000. We have another tier 2 class to unlock. That is the Rogue. We'll do that now. And we learned 5 skills just now. And again, the Rogue has a couple of skills that we unlock at level 50. Let's switch back to Paladin before we head out. And let's just check in on our achievement progress. So for the Student 4, we need 7 more skills for 27,000 orns. This is going to be the big one now. And you can see if we can do a few more quests, push up towards 25 quests for Quest Seeker 4, that would be really, really nice. Possibly be able to take down 5 bosses as well. So yeah, again, I really recommend buying the rest of the tier 1 and tier 2 classes. Either around level 50 if you've completed a few quests and you have enough orns to kind of invest and get that back, because it's a net gain of around 11,000 orns overall once it's all said and done. And as I said, it's even worth doing it all the way up to level 50 and probably even beyond that if you've not done it yet. Also, if we find an Arcanist out there, we also buy as many spells as we can as well. Okay, so we'll head out and see if we can find a few bosses and a fallen warrior and see how we get on.
Another beautiful day in Glasgow, and here we go. We've just picked up a fallen warrior. We've got Slayer out with us, going to the post, and yeah, we're going to 2-shot this guy. See if he gives us an actual fallen warrior sword again. But now we get the arena token, get a level up, and we complete the daily quest as well. So that's another 500 orns completed, some experience. And while we're here, here's an inn. Now we've got oh yeah, so we'll accept this one, upgrade 2 equipment, but I'm not going to do this other job to give 9 arena tokens. That's not going to be a net positive outcome, I don't think. It's a shame it's so much. If it was 1 or 2, even maybe 3 arena tokens, we could do that, because our arena token income is fairly high, but we're going to use them for, as I said, in the arena later on. So here we go, there's another blue slime, which we don't need anymore. And bandits as well. Kill a few of these mobs, but we'll catch up in a second, because I think there is a Minotaur. Yeah, and and if you like killing mobs, never stop killing mobs. Alright, so just a couple 100 meters down the road, we've got another boss, and there's also a tier 3. Okay, we're not tier 3 yet, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right, let's take down this Minotaur boss, tier 1 boss. If you manage to take this down, he does actually drop a decent axe. Not quite as good as our tier 3 weapon, but again, still usable. But honestly, not even as good as the Fallen Warrior's sword. So really, we're all about that Fallen Warrior's sword early on. So some nice rewards there. Check these shops again, see if there's anything inside. Mithril we can buy, because there's a tier 3 quest for one of the NPCs. You need to give him some Mithril, I think, from memory. We've not walked very far, but we can check if we can use our Cannon Waystone. And looks like we've used it. So that means there's a bandit lord within the vicinity. And now the marker should come up on the map, and yeah, there it is. So it's 1.9k. Oh, don't remove that, need that. Just trying to find what direction he is. And yeah, we are going near enough in that direction, so I'll probably get him on on the way back. So that's good. Yeah, I recommend using the cannon waystones for the boss quests early on, and there's a few quests later on as well which require you to kill some fairly rare monsters. You can always use that. You can always use the cannon waystones for them. Here's another shop just popped up. Anything inside? Well, we can buy a firestone. We're going to be getting gold pretty shortly. I'll also stock up on some small mana potions. Oh, 100 mana potions. Health potions, sorry. Oh, we've got another boss as well. So Demon Prince actually drops demonic ore, which we need to upgrade our weapon. And a couple more hits on this guy. Let's heal ourselves. Do you want to go down here? So the skill he's using is dark damage, but remember, even though we have dark element on our weapon, it doesn't actually provide us any elemental resistance. We only get the elemental resistance on actual armor pieces or accessories, and even our shield as well sometimes. So one more. Okay, we're stunned here, so there's a 50% chance that we miss a turn, and yeah, if you're stunned, it can drop off fairly easily. And boom, there we go. Another arena token, some more. 240 orns, 30,000 XP. Hit level 47. These are all the blue slimes. This is where all the blue slimes were hiding. Tried very hard to find them yesterday, but went in the wrong direction. These draconians we can save for the tier 2 story quest as well, actually. But we'll just kill a few mobs on the way to get in this bandit lord. If we see any more bosses on the way, we'll pop in. Alright, got another minotaur here. We'll take down. If the road is too loud, I'll voice over this back inside, I think. Taking down another minotaur, and also one thing I wanted to check. So there we go. Some orns. Result 48. And we actually check the control, the exploration tab. If you're high enough level to take them down, we can build towards that. But these are all too high level; we're not going to be able to take them down. Have a little check around. These NPCs are too high tier for us. Check the shop if there's anything interesting. Iron helmet. Oh, silver amulet, really nice. Buy one silver amulet. We'll put that on. And that'll be another 15 attack. So take out the Carl's ring. Boom, second amulet done. Right, now we're rocking. Now we are rocking. Okay, now we're going to head off and take down this bandit lord. So we're not far from this bandit lord now, but we've just come across another tier 3 boss, the Lost Pharaoh. And this is going to be actually impossible to take down because it's immune to dark damage. So just be aware of that. We're going to have to use Earth Strike to take it down, and with Earth Strike at least we get 25% of our extra damage bonus. We will just have to use mana potions. As warriors, you'll find throughout the game, mana is quite is one stat we need to manage a bit more than especially mages, obviously. And we get 352 orns, almost 100,000 XP there, and arena token, and a really important item there is the Ankh. Now that's actually another really good weapon to use if you manage to take a Lost Pharaoh down, but we also need to keep it for one of the I think either NPC quest or main story quest, so definitely keep keep a hold of one of them and look out for them. Make sure you take one down. And we just reached level 51, which is tier 3. And we can now see a tier 4 boss, this Carmen's gargoyle. And we're not really going to last very long here, but we can do some chip damage. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to try and take him down. We're petrified as well, so let's just leave. But boom, some more orns. We are going to see tier 3 mobs now. We've got a tier 3. Here's Dallin, actually a tier 3 NPC, so let's accept his quest. 20 large elixirs, fairly hard to do, it will take some time. Defeat 5 vampires. Upgrade 2 equipment. Complete 4 dungeons. So yeah, it's 2 story quests. It might take a little bit of time, but they're easy, but they just take time to do. And then dungeons, we're not going to do that, I think. Upgrade 2 equipment though, yeah, we've actually already put in. I put in a couple of bows into a blacksmith for the daily quest. No, not the daily quest, but for the inn quest which we had earlier on. So check these couple of random shops. And there's an amulet there, a tier 1 amulet, so that's good if you haven't got one already, but we just got another silver amulet from back over at the shop. And in here we don't have anything, but there was a longsword there. Could show you, yeah, a longsword, you know, it's not a bad item to get if you haven't got a fallen warrior sword yet. We can also check our new tier 3 daily quests. I accept this gauntlet quest as well. We're not going to do that just yet. It's just that you can start doing gauntlets at level 50. And oh well, tier 3, pretty not very good today. There's only one, and it's defeat a dark mage, which is, as you may have guessed, they only spawn at night time. They also spawn in dungeons, so hopefully we can find one later on. We played tonight. It's going to be fairly hard to do. But boom, here we go. Here's an Arcanist, this grey building down here. All right, we found him. We found the Bandit Lord. Here he is. We've gone a little bit out of our way, but anything for progressing in Orna. Shirley's not too happy. But boom, that's the quest done. Let's complete our story quest. We had a Thieves Ring, which, you know, it's not very good to be honest. And now the final one is to defeat a Goblin Lord. So I'm not going to do that quest now. We'll do that later on.
All right, so in killing that Bandit Lord, earlier on, we also managed to get the Boss Slayer 2 achievement done, which netted us another 1,000 orns. So we're going nicely through there. And the next thing I want to do is try and complete the main storyline quest, which is kill a Goblin Lord. And I'm going to use another Cannon Waystone because the next kind of set of tier 2 quests are actually mob kills, so we can kind of easily take them down. And hopefully there's a Goblin Lord nearby. It seems that this is used, so there should be a Goblin Lord nearby, and we've got one, yeah, another 1.5k walk, which I'll knock that out tomorrow. Okay, so we'll complete that chapter tomorrow. Again, we're not going to do dungeons just yet. I want to save them up, and the rest of the daily quests, there's not really much there to do. And the next thing we're going to do now is complete the next student achievement, and we actually have to switch to different classes that we unlocked now because we purchased these Archmage and the Rogue tier 2 classes before reaching level 50. We haven't actually learned these level 50 skills yet, so we're going to have to switch back to them, and there should be a little pop-up screen here saying we have learned these 4 skills actually, and Stun Dart, Sleep Dart are very useful throughout the entire game. Now let's switch to Archmage as well, grab a few skills here. So we learned another 4 skills, and again we'll switch back to Paladin, which I think we used. So we at level 50 we've learned Osmo Strike and Omni Strike. They're going to come in very useful during the mid game. We don't necessarily need to equip them now. You can probably put on Osmo Strike just for some, you know, just for PvP. So let's actually do that. It does cost 14 mana, and now let's check. We should have the student achievement done. Yes, so we get student 4, and boom, 25,000 orns. Where does that put us in terms of getting our next tier 3 class? We're 5,000 orns short, and I'm just wondering what's going to be the best way to get that 5,000 orns. Let's check if there are any really near, really accessible achievements. Quest Seeker 4, that'll take us a few days to complete. Polymath 3. Okay, so we do need 5,000 orns, and there's actually a daily quest today to kill this Dark Mage for 3,600 orns. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a bit of mob killing. do a bit of mob killing, see if we actually can't improve our gear as well. That's our dark element. A lot of the nighttime mobs, as you might expect, are immune to dark. And also we want to take down these ogres as well, because they drop stone, which is going to be useful for helping us build our own blacksmith, meaning we don't need to walk outside in the cold to access that. So there we go, there's stone. Stone drops from that tier 3 mob, the ogre, as well as the normal golems, I think, the lesser golems, basically the tier 3 stone golems that we see a lot of. And you can see this guy doing a lot of magic damage. We don't have very high resistant gear, so I'm gonna do a bit of mob killing. If we find a dark mage or not, we'll let you know. I'm also trying to think how we get taken down by, again, dark mage. Again, that mob was immune to dark damage, which we forgot. Again, another fallen enemy, the fallen witch this time. You know, it's kind of replicating the actual classes that have fallen. There's a lot of lore element involved in that, which I'm not honestly very clued up on, but all I know is that they drop arena tokens, which we are obviously very fond of. There we go, there's one. And you know what, we may as well do a little bit of arena tonight as well, depending on if we can't actually get a little bit of better gear. We have just entered tier 3 at level 50, so we are going to be facing slightly tougher enemies. There's still going to be, you know, a lot of characters at our tier which haven't even unlocked their tier 2 class yet, never mind their tier 3 class, and it's a bit of a lottery who you come up against in the arena, whether you can take them down or not. And the rewards are purely tied to your opponent's level in PvP in the arena, so as long as they are leveled up, we will have a similar amount of rewards. And you know what, I've talked about it a lot. Let's just jump in here. And we've got 29 arena tokens which we can use fairly freely, and you see here we go, this is a warrior class. Quite a lot of health, the warrior class, and for that reason I recommend using Warcry. That just gives us 25% more damage, and there we go, we proc asleep thanks to our weapon with the dark element on it. We take him down and boom, we get some fucking amazing drops. We get this ornate storm arrows, our first PvP arena kill, and we get literally probably one of the best items at tier 3. This is gonna put our attack through the roof, and we get 2 levels as well from that kill. So let's have a look here. Arrows are always offhand, and look at this, 23 attack. We do lose ward, but again, we're not going to use ward for quite a long time. It becomes much more useful later on when you're kind of drawing out fights against much tougher opponents. But arrows, these are offhand. They also give a chance to paralyze our opponent, and that's a really amazing drop. Let's check out our stats now. We've got Mithril Amulet, Silver Amulet, Demonic Blade, common quality. Remember, there's no quality on the Demonic Blade, whereas these are Storm Arrows. These are Ornate Storm Arrows. Ornate is the highest quality drop available to us, and so currently we are rocking 257 attack, and we're now only missing 3,500 orns. Let's kill another Fallen Warrior. If we get an arena token, we're going back in the arena. You may have noticed the Orn rewards in the arena I completely missed because we just got an absolutely bonkers drop. But yeah, the Orns are really good. And there we go, boom, procced him asleep, so he didn't attack. And they also need to waste a turn to wake up as well, which is really nice. And there we go, 237 Orns. That is huge. And we get a Scroll of Lightning, and that's actually giving me an idea. I know I don't have a blacksmith nearby that I can reach from home at the moment. So if I did, I would try and gain enough lightning stone, which is what the storm arrows need to level up, and then I would put that in the blacksmith overnight, as well as my weapon, and probably as well as the rest of my gear. You can early on you can put stuff in the blacksmith overnight. Just gives you that extra level, extra power boost when you wake up, because you don't really need it, you know, overnight, unless you are in a pretty try-hard kingdom early on, and you need to win your war fight. But I'm sure most people watching, you're not really going to be worried about that too much. So we can get another couple of kills here, and you know, this is going to level us up as well. But what did we get here? A few more orns, and okay, we're now level 57, and we got still need a few thousand orns. So I'm gonna go back to mob killing for a little bit here. Our offhand also has the volley skill, which is like actually quite a new introduction into the game. A lot of these offhand items were giving special skills which don't cost any mana, and arrows give you a multi-hitting skill, which for the majority of the game actually do more damage than hard-hitting skills. And you can see this mob is resistant to our dark element, but you can see there the volley is doing another 50% damage than our attack button, which is super nice. And okay, we haven't completed the codex entry for this ogre, but we can just show you here. Normal attack button, we're doing 222 damage. Volley is hitting about 300 damage, so that's, you know, almost a 50% damage increase there, and it's a free skill, which is really nice. I haven't made a new character since this volley skill and the rest of the offhand skills were introduced, so this is a really nice introduction. It seems really strong for early game, especially because it costs no mana. So I'm thinking, get these, once you get to tier 3, get an arrows from the arena. It doesn't have to be ornate, just any quality, equip that, and that's honestly going to be our new go-to skill, I think. Look at that, almost 400 damage. Using the attack button, it's going to have higher penetration on monsters, and again, you can visit my ultimate beginner's guide. I do go over penetration and multi-hitting skills in much more detail as part of the damage equation. But essentially, when we come up against higher defensive enemies with higher stats, the multi-turn skills, although they have more top-end damage, they have much lower attack penetration, and if you don't penetrate your opponent's defense, you're not going to do any damage kind of behind that. Whereas a hard-hitting skill like the attack button, or things like Osmo Strike, Omni Strike, and also Earth Strike as well, those have less top-end damage, but they are able to penetrate defenses more easily. Alright, we've just reached level 61, still not seen any dark mages, so I think I'll just kill a few more mobs and then call it for the night. You can see this dark mage tier 3 mob. It does spawn at night. It is a rare mob. You know, it's not like these common greater demons that are popping off everywhere. So some mobs, they are much rarer than others. They're not necessarily giving better rewards, but in many cases they are. We've just got a berserk mob here, which, you know, basically berserk mobs, their stats are doubled, but their rewards are tripled. So that's experience, orns, gold, anything like that. Those rewards are tripled, so they are worth trying to chip down if you can. And here we go, boom, 43 orns and blue feather, which is an adornment. We can put that in armor gear later on if we want. Also, bosses can be berserk as well, and those can really provide some pretty ridiculous rewards if you manage to take them down. And we're still 2,500 orns off. If we had found that dark mage by now, we would have enough to get our tier 3 class, which, by the way, I'm going to go Battle Master. It's kind of a hybrid between warrior and thief lines, but I really recommend it over centurion. It just gives us a lot more options in terms of being able to wear equipment, and also better skills as well, skills that we're going to use throughout the rest of the game, even as warrior class. Also, if you are going to play thief as well later on, we're going to learn some really useful skills there, so I really recommend taking Battle Master at tier 3, regardless if you're playing down the warrior or thief line. And you know, from tier 3 up until about tier 5, 6, 7, yeah, actually up until tier 7, the warrior and thief line are kind of like a hybrid of each other. You have a couple of options. You have a couple of different options at tier 5, but they're both kind of attack-based melee characters. They're not necessarily warrior or thief, and it's more at tier 8 where you can really specialize again into either warrior or thief line. So really, at the start of the game, it's more about attack-based builds rather than purely warrior or thief. And I'll tell you what, we're going to kill 10 more mobs, and if we don't find a dark mage by then, we're going to pack it in for tonight, and then we're going to continue on in the morning and find that Goblin Lord, complete that story quest line. Hopefully we'll be able to knock out quite a few quests tomorrow, maybe even push towards the next achievement for that as well. That would be 25,000 orns, I believe, and that would be super nice, really nice. Get us well on our way to unlocking not just our tier 3 class, but also our tier 4 class. Let me just double check. Yeah, Quest Seeker, 25 quests and 25,000 orns. Our tier 4 class is going to cost us 100,000 orns, which might seem like quite a ways off at the moment, but you know, as long as you're doing quests, you're doing a wee bit of arena kills, you're killing a few bosses as well, all of those things kind of play around together and yeah, boost our orn gain. Last 5 mobs, see if we can't spawn a dark mage. Yeah, these crits are still really nice. I still actually really love using the attack button with Paladin. We still have the critical hits, so those crits really hit hard, and they're fairly regularly. To be honest with you, we just reached level 62 again, so we're more than halfway actually towards tier 4. Well, we're just about halfway to tier 4. Excuse my maths. So 2 more mob kills after this. Get this Draugr Mage, which drops a pretty nice staff for early game mages, by the way. And Lesser Slew. We'll volley that off. Decent amount of orns there. And oh, Lizard Noble. I believe this drops some fairly decent items. Let's see what we get. Lizard Leggings. That's an upgrade. Alright, we got some Lizard Leggings there. And you can see 45 extra defense. We lose a little bit of resistance. But I'll just show you my gear quickly. I'm not sure if I caught that on camera. Basically, I took down one of those Rune Knights earlier, and they have a pretty nice balance of defense and resistance, more weighted towards resistance. So as a warrior class, that's actually pretty good, and that's kind of balanced out well with these Lizard Leggings. So that's what our gear is looking like at the moment. Again, the only special one here, this Ornate Storm Arrows. I can't believe we got that. That's a super nice item. I'll look out for some Lightning Stone, and that will allow us to upgrade it a little bit. And we haven't managed to find a Dark Mage, unfortunately, tonight. That would have been a really nice way to end this segment. But we'll catch back up tomorrow. We'll kill off that Goblin Lord, try and move through the other storyline quests as well. Hopefully do a few daily quests, and then for sure we'll pick up our tier 3 class, which again is going to be Battlemaster, and then we'll take it from there on our push towards the tier 4 Adept class, going to push towards level 100. And we also might have a look at joining a kingdom as well. So that's what's next for Robert the Bruce of Orna Legends. I hope you've been enjoying this video so far. If you have, give us a like and let me know if there's anything you'd like to change or what you want to see in the future. Otherwise, we'll catch up in the morning and take down that Goblin Lord.
Alright, morning everyone. Another beautiful sunny day in Glasgow. And yeah, with these new daily rewards, it's actually another way to get a few orns. You can see I'm getting roughly 400 or 500 orns just for logging in every day, so that's a good thing. And yes, the daily rewards are dictated by your tier, so if you do go up a tier, you will have new rewards than the previous day that you were expecting anyway. And income report, you get a daily income. If you have built a keep already, and you have invested gold, by the way, that just gets input to your daily income. So we're on our way to kill this Goblin Lord, about 1.5k walk. I've just walked uphill, get the legs warmed up this morning. And yeah, well, firstly let's check our daily quests, see what we've got, what we can aim for today. And immediately, arena opponents, that's fantastic. 3 arena opponents, we'll be easily able to do that. Defeat 3 crows as well, that's an easy one. Gulls, again, I'm probably not going to be next to water today. Rubbish, again, that spawns out in water. Djinn, it's another rare mob, but you know, if we see one, we'll take it down, and that's almost worth 2,000 orns. So that'll be a big payout if we can find one. And then we've got 7 ogres. So yeah, that's a cool mob. We should be able to work towards killing 7 ogres as well. Also get some stone on the way. And because we are tier 3, I'm going to talk to this tier 3 NPC, which is Gillis. And his 2 story quests are acquire 5 monster tombs and acquire 1 ankh, which is what we did yesterday, we killed a Lost Pharaoh, and it has to be a normal quality one, so we can complete this straight away. Boom, 100k XP, level up, and we get a Great Monster Remains, which will spawn a Berserk boss at our location, up to our tier. And I don't think I have enough monster tombs. We need to kill more Draconian mages. They drop the monster tombs, and let's accept his other random quests. Travel by foot, it's fantastic. We'll be able to complete that one as well, and 13 arena opponents. Yeah, we should be able to do that. Oh, he's got 2 defeat arena opponent quests. Ideal. So again, we're gonna defeat 13 arena opponents for 2 quests and 1500 orns. That's absolutely fantastic. And here we go, walking. Oh, that's going to be 4,000 orns. That is huge early on. That is huge. These NPC quests are really massive. Let's light a torch. We need to buy more. And there's our Goblin Lord. Not as far away as I thought he was going to be, so that's even better. Kill this crow for the daily quest. And I'll tell you what, we're just going to do like a little loop around my local area. These guys just ran a red light, no bother. People driving in Glasgow, running through red lights, etc. Anyway. So let's kill this Goblin Lord and move on to the next part of the story quest. We can volley him down with our tier 3 weapon. We out-leveled this guy as well, so. And there's a really good reward for killing this. Arena token, lucky coin, they are useful. But killing here, chapter 5, Lord of Goblins, we get a lantern, which is really great. That's going to increase our view distance. I am going to equip that instead of one of the amulets. And now we can move on to the tier 2 quest, that is chapter 6, the Draconians, defeat 10 Draconians. That's what we want to do. And what I'm going to do as well is kill this little third crow. That'll be that daily quest complete. Boom, another level up, 64. So you can see this this marker is from the cannon wasteland that we used. It didn't even pick up the one that was nearby, so maybe that spawned, I don't know, while we were walking. Not too sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna equip that lantern. Gonna keep our mithril amulet. Swap out the silver amulet for the lantern. And this is going to give us 20% more view distance. Every source of view distance gives the same amount, which is plus 20%. So the more that you have, the greater distance you're gonna be able to see. The more you can stack, add up kind of exponentially. And Draconian Rogue, that's not really what we're after. And doesn't seem to be too many. There's Dalan. Oh yeah, I need to visit a blacksmith. There we go. So here's the 2 bows I upgraded yesterday. Excuse me. Try and complete this Dalan quest before we go out of range, and boom, there we go. That's another 1200 orns in the bank. Level 65. You see the exclamation marks on the mob's head telling you if they're part of daily quests or etc. Any kind of quest, even kingdom quest, even main story quest. Let's check if there's anything in the shop we can buy. Boom! 10 arena tokens in the shop. Fantastic. And you can see we're up at over 300,000 gold now. That's basically from killing people in the arena. PvP is a really great source of gold. And we're going to buy some torches. Did we buy them? Yes. So another daily quest complete. And going to stock up a little bit of health potions as well. You see there's a claymore in there. This tier 2 weapon, 30 attack. Not too bad if you didn't manage to find a fallen warrior sword earlier on. Hang on, did we accept Gillis's main story quest? It's probably out of range now. Oh yeah, we did, but I got confused. Alright, there's a main story, there's a NPC quest to kill Mithril. I think it's Dudley actually. Don't know where Dudley's hanging out. Okay, not seeing many quest mobs at the moment. We were gonna go in a little loop, see if we can't find more bosses. And I hopefully think, if I remember correctly, there's an Arcanist just down the road here as well. We can buy more spells and work towards the student achievement. Let's check how much orns we have now. Boom, 50,000 orns. We're now ready to level up our class and be sure we unlock the right thing. We're going to go with Battle Master as we explained yesterday. So boom, Battle Master unlocked. We learned a few new skills. Cyclone is a really good skill. Multi-hitting skill. Double Edge is another fantastic skill. Very high penetrating attack. Check our equipment, we're still loaded out. Now Battle Master can actually wear equipment mage gear as well. And I happened to drop this Robe of Wolves last night, legendary Robe of Wolves. And this thing's absolutely bonkers. So we're just going to equip that as Battle Master. Bear in mind, once we unlock our next class, the Adept, we're not going to be able to wear mage gear anymore. But for the moment, we can just put that on. We get another 10,000 orns back for unlocking the next class as well. And here is our first Draconian for the main story quest. Take him down. And here's an Arcanist. Boom. Yeah, my memory is still working pretty well. And we're just going to buy all the spells that we can. We should be able to afford everything because the low tier spells are fairly cheap. So buy Flash. Flash is really good for blinding your opponent. And again, if you've managed to get a couple of PvP kills in the arena, we should have plenty of gold. So cure, yeah, all these stats, status affliction, cure skills. Buy all of them, just buy everything. Cure, bleeding, guard, ponder. These are like temporary single up buff skills. Wow, this is an absolute gold mine here. This should take us all the way, maybe, perhaps. Watch I don't slide here. Let's just check our achievement. We might be able to finish the student. Oh, we need 3 more skills. 3 more skills to complete the student 5. And that's going to be 50,000 orn payout, so that's absolutely ideal. I think we're going to learn a few more skills. Oh, well, we learned Trika at level 75, that's just 1 more skill, so. Right, we've got a couple of bosses here. The yellow building, the Alchemist, is used to upgrade gear, excuse me 1 second, to level 11. Once you've leveled it up to level 10 in a blacksmith, that's the maximum you can take items in a blacksmith. After that you need to master forge it an Alchemist, which costs a lot of gold, a lot of materials. Yeah, then after an Alchemist you need to find a Demon Forge, which takes an item to level 12. And that costs even more gold and even more materials. And actually to master forge and Demon Forge, the material cost is based on the quality of the item. The better the quality, the more materials you need. But leveling in the blacksmith actually is always a set amount of materials. It's always the same every time. Each additional level requires an additional 3 materials. And I think in total it's going to cost you 135 materials. That's not including if you use a whetstone or a fine whetstone at the beginning for your weapon. So there's another ogre, let's take that down. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get in range of this other Goblin Lord. It's on our radar, so we may as well go and get it. It's a little bit out the way. But, you know, boss kill is a boss kill. Oh, and in the exploration tab here I've got a Bandit Lord, so this is going to be More money. Boom. Might be able to take this one now. Right, we'll attack this Karma's Gargoyle. It's going to be very annoying. I don't know if we're going to be able to take it down. It is a tier 4 boss, so it is above us. And he does do a lot of damage, and I misclicked and we got taken down. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that boss, to be honest. Here's an inn. Let's check what quest we could find here. Travel by foot. Okay, nice. Those two NPCs are tier 5, so we can't get any of their quests. NPC quests can be a little funny. You might have a tier 10 quest and they'll ask you to kill, you know, like upgrade 2 items in the blacksmith or something. Very simple, or walk 100 meters, you know, so it is just completely random what you get. And we can checking our view distance with the lantern equipped. We're up to 260 meters, that's including our torch as well. So we don't need to get within exactly right on top of that Goblin Lord. This road is taking me kind of in the wrong direction, but yeah, you see, we just need another 30 meters or so. Oh, there's Carl. Boom, another quest complete. We accepted that on day 1. So yeah, thanks Carl for those 3 quests. And there's our Goblin Lord. We're going to turn around, take this guy down, get another arena token hopefully, some more orns, and lucky coin. Boom, 88 orns. That's quite a few bosses we've killed now. We can kill this Draconian Mage just a bit before we have the quest, but it can drop us a monster tome. Didn't get it. We still need 8 Draconian kills for our main story quest. Sitting at 10,000 orns now. Here's another Draconian. And here's our 4th. Got another Draconian Mage in the exploration. So in exploration you are not limited by cooldowns and attempts if you don't manage to win the first time. Alright, we've got a famed monster tomb. I'm not sure that's going to work for Gillis. I think it needs to be common quality, but never mind. So yeah, exploration you can keep retrying the fight, and you will have very commonly you will have status evictions on you at the beginning of the fight, or even stat downs and things like that, just to make it more difficult. But rewards in exploration are actually doubled. So if you find bosses and stuff, especially while you have shrines up, those are really, really good to do. And another reason why, if you can utilize GPS and move about while playing Orna, your rewards are really going to be rewarded. Yeah, while you're traveling is going to be rewarded, and boom. We got the Explorer 1 achievement, 25 orns, thanks very much, for exploring 5 areas. Okay, still looking for Draconians. There's another mage there. Okay, let's check this in, see if we get any more quests. Oh, another walking quest, very nice. And yeah, you can only accept in quests which are up to and below your tier. Now there is a pond of water here. So this is actually a place where lizard lords and water mobs can spawn. And boom, there's another Arcanist there. Let's see if we can get 3 more skills. Hack and slash. We have the rest. By the way, I just quickly put items on to show you. You can find things like stone. It's an easy way to find stone out in the world here. So let's pick this up. It's not nearby. So boom, 5 stone. And you can get wood from the trees, and you can also get orns from little bushes there. You got 171 orns. You can get quite a bit more, which is really nice. And this pond is frozen. So we still need 2 more skills to get that. I'm just going to put items off again. And we can just chill at this pond for a little while. It's actually frozen over. And these golems are the other tier 3 mob which you can get stone from. Looks like he's weak to dark, which is really nice. And I've got another inn on the other side. Let's see if we can accept any quests. No, we need to be at least tier 5 to accept quests from this inn. Also inns, you can kind of heal yourself up, and you can also spend 1,000 gold to see if there's any decent information nearby. It's actually kind of like using an explorer's waystone. Let's see what information we can gather. So we got okay, locations of bosses basically, which is, you know, it's not too bad. So we'll go find them. You can mark them on your map, but they're actually all on my way home, most of them. So here's a piece of rubbish, part of the daily quest. Spawning at water, as I said. I'm not sure we're going to be able to find enough to complete the daily quests, but I'm not planning on sitting around this pond for the whole day. Might come back later on, actually. Yeah, we're going to continue, see if we can't kill some more draconians. There seems to be more mages around than actual draconians. Okay, we get another draconian. I think this is number 5. Draconian number 5. Yeah, try and kill the rune knights if you have an elemental on your weapon or an elemental skill. They are resistant to physical damage, so they will slow you down. They can be quite annoying to kill if you don't have any elemental on your weapon. Just use your faction elemental strike skill that you learn from the paladin class. Help you take them down. So yeah, there's a few more bosses on the way home. We are 67 now, so we're going up the levels pretty nicely. Another fallen mage for, you guessed it, arena tokens. It will probably drop the fallen mage's staff, yeah, of course. Orna has this way of mocking you by always dropping good gear of different classes, especially, you know, you play the warrior class and you'll get amazing mage gear, but you seemingly won't get any warrior gear. Here's the Minotaur boss, let's take him down. Boom, just got Master Researcher 2. So that's another 1,000 orns in the bank. I believe that's for researching 20 mobs. Very helpful. Okay, another tier 3 Demon Prince. We've actually equipped, and I think we've actually found enough demonic ore now to level up our weapon. Another piece of exploration here. So all the areas in Orna are the same size, and yeah, if they are owned by a different player than you, their rings will show the color of their faction. So my main, who is in Earthen Legion, They own the surrounding areas here, so that's why it's all green. Areas under your control show up in grey with the latest update. Here's our 6th Draconian. I believe the diameter of areas is 442 meters, but to interact with areas you need to be within 250 meters of them. Perhaps off the center, actually, I think. So let's talk about bestiaries here. Wild bestiaries can spawn pets of up to tier 4, and it's at tier 4 where we're going to get our first pet, which is going to be the wisp pet. You can see I haven't really needed one yet until now. And in this inn, I believe we have this quest to upgrade 2 items, which we can complete. We accepted that yesterday. And there's another tier 3 quest allowing us to upgrade 4 more equipment. I wonder if we can actually give these arena tokens now. Just check how many we have. 44. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to spend these 9 arena tokens on that to complete that quest, now that we've picked up a few more. So there we go. We're 6 quest completions away from 25,000 orns from the achievement, which is huge. Let's see if there's any more. I thought there was a boss around here somewhere. Seems not. So we're going to make our way back inside because it's my hand's freezing. And yeah, we're going to try and kill more Draconians. Oh, there's a demon knight in the middle there. Let's get him down. We'll war cry up again. And he's not resistant to, and thankfully he's not resistant to his own weapon, which is super nice. If we get lucky, we can maybe get a better quality demon blade, but let's find out. You can see how much easier the fight is now that we've got a few more pieces of gear and a better weapon. Huh, it was level 2. Yeah, so some gear you can actually drop all the way up to level 4, I've seen. And that would be nice, saves us a blackstone. We'll level up again. More orns, more XP. More happy Orna characters. So yeah, now at tier 3. Let's check this wild shop. Okay, yeah, halberd. This is a really amazing item. For battle masters, for warrior spec as well, if you once you reach level 50. If you don't manage to kill a demon knight or to get a boss weapon, this weapon is absolutely amazing. This will be like your next big upgrade after the fallen warrior sword, so I think it's, you know, on very similar power to the demonic blade that we have equipped. Here's a berserk goblin. Let's take it down. Boom. Draconian mage, we can try and save that for the next story quest. Alright, so what I'm going to do once we get back inside, I'll probably kill a few mobs off camera and then try and build up a few Draconians so we can complete that main story quest, and we'll catch up there.
Alright guys, so we're about to kill our final Draconian to complete this storyline quest. So here we are, go in and complete. That's done. We get an occult candle, which basically it just makes a lot of mobs spawn nearby, so it can be very useful for farming. I just want to show you the benefit of having a lantern equipped, which we got from killing the Goblin Lord. Now you can see that I can see a blacksmith directly from my couch, basically, which is absolutely awesome. So before I head home for the night, or before I quit for the night, I'll be putting most of my gear in overnight to level it up at least one time. So now our main story quest is to defeat 10 Draconian mages. It's going to be a little bit more mob killing. What I am also going to do is complete the daily quest to kill 3 arena opponents. So let's go in and do that right now. Our gear should be good enough, and we've got 36 tokens. And if you see that a volley isn't doing too much damage, that will typically mean that our opponent has, you know, relatively high defense, which is going to be normal because multi-hits, as we said, they don't have as much penetration as something like the attack button. And yeah, the attack button is, as we said, very, very useful early on in our first 3, even 4 classes. Obviously it doesn't cost any mana, which we have very little of as warrior classes, and we do have critical hits, which increases our base critical chance. Any increases to critical chance in Orna only apply to the attack button. They do not apply to skills. Skills that can crit have their own innate crit chance, and those are currently not able to be changed by the player in any way. So we're going to pick up our 3rd arena kill here. That's going to complete the daily quest. We get some ice arrows. We also got about 1,000 orns from killing those three players. We're now getting over 300 orns for taking the folk down. In the back end of tier 3, we're approaching level 70, and tier 4 is level 75 we reach. So it's completely normal to be at least a class behind the tier you are in the early game, even up to the mid game. It's very, very normal. Oh my god, ornate royal dagger. This could be pretty serious. We got to check this out. Level 71. Let me check this royal dagger. This could be a decent choice. Let's sort by attack. Wow, this thing's crazy. Okay, 122 attack as a base. Ornate is the highest quality that items can drop at for gear. Accessories can actually drop at Master Forge and Demon Forge level, but this is an ornate royal dagger, and you can see at level 1 it's actually got more attack than our demonic blade, which is absolutely crazy. Now you can see royal dagger, it is a thief weapon, but right now we're kind of a hybrid between warrior and thief. We're also going to be that for at least another 3 class tiers, at least up until tier 5. In fact, up until tier 7, I believe, until we get the magistrate class at tier 7, we can equip both warrior and thief gear. So I absolutely recommend equipping whichever kind of gear has the highest stats. So we're definitely going to equip this royal dagger. Just bear in mind the materials required is silver and souls. So souls you only get from killing PvP and from dismantling items that drop in the PvP function, or in the arena, you know, from area control, wherever you are killing PvP. Another achievement there. So souls are definitely fairly hard to come by early on. We're going to check our shops for some blacksmiths, for some whetstones, I'm sorry. Now, yeah, we need to thank Odie again for getting us 3 shops instead of 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade one of these shops up to tier, up a couple of levels, sorry. Now when you upgrade a shop, the stock is restocked automatically, so go back and check, buy, and boom, we got 2 stone. That's going to be useful. Short swords, yeah, nothing else is really that useful. What you can do is actually buy some of these cheap items and then dismantle them. That's another great way to get materials early on. Yeah, okay, let's get Draconite. And we can afford again to level up to tier 3. So let's do that. And shops, you can level a shop up to maximum of 10, and that's gonna at that point be able to sell up to tier 10 weapons. So, oh, we got silver. Now, silver dagger is perfect for our royal dagger, because we can dismantle the silver dagger and get silver from it. Makes perfect sense, right? And you know, this is why the arena is so important early on, because we get a lot of gold, not just orns from the arena. So yeah, I've spent 300k on restocking this shop. I'm gonna restock as well. Sorry, I spent 300k on leveling the shop up. And yeah, let's do another one. And okay, we get mythical sword. Yeah, dowsing rod. We may as well buy. Okay, maybe I should have bought just 1. And we have lightning stone. I always recommend buying the elemental stones. Okay, so I was kind of looking for a whetstone to buy, because I want to use a whetstone on weapons first up. But you know what? We're still going to equip this royal dagger because it has higher attack than our current weapon. So let's go in with that. And yeah, we're going to kill a few more mobs, try and get some draconian mages down. Alright, so just checking in to complete one of the daily quests, which is to kill 7 ogres. So we're just about to get our 7th one down, and we're going to get 420 orns, so we Had to blaze it in here. We get the stone drop as well, and let's check. Yeah, the daily quests, they do complete automatically, you don't need to click on them, but that's done.
Alright folks, another day, another dollar, another orange set. We've got something really pretty special to show you. We've got a new building which spawned nearby. This Arcanist just spawned behind my house, and you know, kind of increased player activity can spawn new buildings. Things like dungeons, shops, bestiaries as well. So this is a wild shop. And this is actually, yeah, it's got a couple of skills we haven't bought yet, and this is actually going to take us up to and over 60 skills learned to complete the student achievement. So again, you see these low level skills, they really don't cost a lot. And that's going to take us over 60 skills, so that's going to be 50,000 orns, which is absolutely huge. We're coming up for 25 quests as well. We still don't have the 5 monster tombs for Gillis, but we can complete the walking quest. A few arena opponents to kill as well. We need 8 more. So we're getting there. A couple of bosses here as well. So you know, if you can get out and walk around, it doesn't have to be too far. You know, I'm doing a loop which is around. Boom! There we go. Student 5, 50,000 orns. This is the biggest one that's going to help us unlock our tier 4 class. That's absolutely huge. 50,000 orns early on is really huge. That's why I really recommend trying to get out there. Try and find Arcanists. Typically, if you go the mage route, you should have enough. You should learn enough skills. It does learn more skills quite naturally compared to the warrior class, but a couple of Arcanists, and we've got 50,000 orns, which is bonkers. Daily quest we're working towards. We've got Draconian mages to kill, daily quest, and that's going to double dip on our main story quest. So we're going to work towards completing this chapter 7 story quest, and then after that find the Draconian Lord, boss of the Draconians. We'll get that done today, hopefully. There was one over at the supermarket. Hopefully he's still there. I guess we'll find out soon enough. And I'm not really sure where I'm going here, so I'll have to have a look. So here's another mage. Yeah. Take this down, so I think there's a couple more after this. Take down these bosses. Nip down here. So we take down that demon now, we get another gauntlet key. Demon Knights are fantastic for accumulating gauntlet keys early on. Level 74. So we are on the brink of reaching tier 4. If we kill this Minotaur, it's likely going to take us into tier 4, which is, you know, not ideal. I did want to complete the Draconian quests before reaching tier 4, but not to worry. There should be enough Draconian mages around that we can complete that. Also, this Fallen Knight mob drops a fairly decent weapon for warriors if you haven't found a halberd. Drops the Fallen Knight's axe, which is, you know, based around 75 attack, which is absolutely fine for tier 3. There we go. Check this in again. We didn't. I should have put some stuff in the blacksmith overnight, which I didn't do, so that was a little bit of a mistake. Alright, make sure I don't fall going down here. So there's another daily quest done. Right, we're one more quest of 25,000 orns. So again, after the student 5, the quest seeker, for the 25,000 orns, that's going to be your next target to unlocking your tier 4 class. If we can get our tier 4 class before we reach level 100, it's going to make our life a lot easier. Once we join a kingdom, start doing a little bit of raids, you know, higher base stats. Look at all these greater snakes here. Fucking might snake bit. Checking this shop. Oh wow, whetstone, amazing. Buy any whetstones that you see. So for sure buy any whetstones that you see early on. We're going to be upgrading our weapons very quickly, you know, going through the tiers, having access to new weapons. So it costs 10,000 orns for the normal whetstone, 25,000 gold, sorry, it doesn't cost orns, it costs gold. 25k gold for the fine whetstone. And we are going to use that on our royal dagger, which we have equipped, which we amazingly got within 9 arena kills, but we're going to use this whetstone now. And you know, I'll talk about weapon scaling and boss item scaling. Basically, if you have a weapon or any item from a boss, it will level up. As you level it up, it will get slightly more stats than if you leveled up an item that drops just from a normal monster. So if you've heard me talking in my other videos about boss scaling, that's what that refers to. But let's check our royal dagger now. We're at 159 attack. Actually got, which is unbelievable. So the rest of the gear, you know, it's not looking that special. Also, if you find any lanterns in shops, you can buy another lantern and equip a second one. Extra view distance is always nice. Take down another boss. Alright, we're about to complete the Draconian Mages with this last kill. This is our 10th Draconian Mage. And that's done. We're also going to complete a quest in the inn for travelling 686 meters. So that's done. This is huge now. So there we go, quest seeker 4 completed, 25,000 orns. So that's 25 quests done. We get another fine whetstone for completing that. Main story quest, now we need to kill Draconian Lord, and that'll be the tier 2 storyline finished. So let's get this final level in the arena to level 75 and to tier 4, then unlock the Adept class. So there we go, level 75. We enter tier 4. We learn Tricut, which is an amazing farming skill. We're going to equip that as well. But let's unlock the Adept class. We've got enough orns. Absolutely amazing attack class. And we learn Charge 2 immediately. And now remember, if you were wearing any mage gear from Battle Master, you can't wear that anymore. It's only for warrior and thief gear from now on, up until tier 8. So, well, actually at tier 5 you can wear mage gear, but let's try not to engage in bad habit. So with the Adept class we have a lot of preferred weapons. It's really a master of attacking. And preferred weapon, when you equip a preferred weapon type, you get a 5% offensive stat bonus. So we only have 4 skill slots. I recommend sticking in Tricut. For sure, that's going to be like our big hard-hitting skill. And take Warcry as well. So really, the one thing I want left to do in this segment of the video is finish off that Draconian Lord for the main story questline. We also get 5,000 orns for reaching tier 4 in level-wise. Of course, we're going to unlock many more mob spawns. And let's check the daily quest for today for tier 4. Okay, there's a few of these we can do. And you know, the tier 3 storyline quest, there's a couple of bosses we need to kill. So depending on whether you've managed to accumulate any gauntlet keys by now, we can actually, if we can knock out a boss dungeon, or indeed just 2 or 3 normal dungeons, there's a good chance of completing that. So I'm going to go and try and find a Draconian Lord. So yeah, just to show you, as Adept, we can't wear our legendary robe of wolves anymore, which is unfortunate. It was a really nice drop, but it got us through tier 3 fairly nicely. So I'm just going to stick on whatever's my best chest piece I have. Probably world chest plate actually. Quick note, if you level up a tier and you don't exit and restart the game, I think you need to manually accept the new daily quests you get for the new tier. So we'll actually get this one because there's a lich right here. Walking on the road is easier. So this is a bit of a bonus. It's a fairly rare mob, which is why the quest only kills one. You get a spell sword ring, which is nice for later on for if you're doing magic stuff. But that should be another quest in the bag. And the tier 5 Jinn boss is an absolute joke. It's going to one-shot you, to be honest. So just do as much damage to it as you can. Not really helping us for drops, we're not a mage. Alright, so in terms of new armor at tier 4, a really good choice is Dark Elf gear. We get Dark Elf garb, Dark Elf boots, and these are actually thief items, but as the Adept class we can equip them. And these give very balanced stats, which is always nice. So here we go. Look at this, common Dark Elf boots, 60 defense, 60 res, a bit of dex as well. Absolutely brilliant. What else did we get? Dark Elf garb again, 60, 60. So those stats are huge. And if you get a high quality one, even better. Yeah, let's upgrade our rune helmet as well. We just got Monster Slayer 4 as well, so that's another 5,000 orns. So that will typically come pretty naturally. The next class, tier 5, is quite a bit of a jump. It's 250,000 orns. That might take a little bit more time, but we can talk about that at another time. Right now we've got Demon Knight we can take down. Another tier 3 boss. Hopefully we get another gauntlet key out of this mob, and you can see the difference between volley and tri-cut. So yeah, tri-cut does cost 25 mana, but it's at least 25%. Didn't get the gauntlet key, that's unfortunate. But now here we go, here's what we came for. Draconian Lord. Couple of tri-cuts. We'll take him down, and that'll be the tier 2 main storyline quest completed. We did that, yeah, just after reaching tier 4, which is not too bad. So let's go and complete that. Boom, another quest completed. And it's definitely not necessary to keep your main storyline quests up towards your current tier, at the same tier that you currently are. It's just, it can make things a little bit easier later on. Prevents you from having to go back and do early tier gauntlets, so you can actually use your gauntlet keys to try and get better gear at your current tier. Yeah, that's something we can talk more about later on. So I'm going to end this first part of the video here. In the next section we'll look at joining a kingdom, and I'll probably make a segment of that and make that a standalone video, because we're going to want to start hitting some raids, hitting also not just for gear at our current level, but also hitting higher tier raids to get things like potions, gauntlet keys, arena tokens, that sort of thing, which we'll use to level up as always. Remember, there is a 24-hour raid cooldown upon joining a new kingdom. And we'll also kick on with the tier 3 story quest. We might have to do a gauntlet or 2 to get those done easily, because you do need to kill a couple of really specific bosses. One of which is the Lizard Lord, which spawns only near water, so that can be fairly difficult for a lot of people to complete easily. So I hope you found this long and winding video fairly helpful, but it should help kickstart your Orna career, get you in tune with things what maybe you missed. The main things I'm trying to get across is that working towards quests, and especially achievements early on, is really a really important way, a really good way to upkeep our Orn income early on. Of course, if you are able to travel around, killing world bosses is always going to be one of the best ways as well to level up, to get orns, to get everything in the game. So for now, I'm Shabash. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know by liking the video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next section when we move up and beyond into the tier 3 story quests. We'll join a new kingdom as well, and we'll kick on into hopefully the back end of tier 4 and into tier 5. So thanks for watching. I'm Shabbat. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.